الله أكبر الله أكبر.
When it comes to Siyam, or fasting during Ramadan, Imam Hajar says that the sign of a good Ramadan is both how you feel and what you do. So, when it comes to how you feel, if you are happy that Ramadan is ending or sad that it is getting closer, that is a sign that your Ramadan is not accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That when one Ramadan ends, you don't feel sad, but when another one starts, you do. You're sad that it's coming. That means you don't want the gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you're not letting Ramadan into your heart in any way. So, a person who is fasting gives up all food and drink for a month as a form of exercise. But there's no penance from a spiritual point of view. So, that's how Ramadan feels. For the result, it depends on how consistent your actions are after Ramadan. So there is a feeling and an effect that can be seen. Did I give up the sins I was doing before Ramadan? And then did I do more good things or not? This month's prize is Laylatul Qadr, but the Prophet, peace be upon him, never left the mosque on the 23rd or 25th night and said it looked like the night before. Salam alaikum, see you all next year. It didn't happen. But when asked when Laylatul Qadr is, he replied, when the Qadr of Allah is greater in your hearts. It is the power night. It's the night of the decision. It can mean so many different things. But if your respect for Allah has grown in your heart, that means you have seen and caught Laylatul Qadr. Now, let's talk for a moment about that. The ulama stated three things about understanding: having a higher Qadr of Allah in your heart, and having a higher estimation of Allah in your heart. There are three. The first, Allah is worth giving up more for. I was worn out. I'm sleep deprived. I'm hungry. I want to drink. Sin hurts, but Allah is worth it. Allah is worth more, which is the second thing that is said. What's the meaning of that? Most of what you can do to reach Him starts with the ability to hear, which Allah has given you. Allah is more important to me than most of the things I listen to. Allah is more important to me than most of the things I look at. Allah is worth more of my time because time is a way to reach Allah. Allah is worth more of my thoughts, what I think about, and what fills my heart. Allah is worth more of my money than anything else I have. What you own goes away, but what is with Allah will never change. It's worth more than all of my money. And just one more thing, a greater hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What do you want Allah to do for you? You can tell when someone says dua but isn't sure. Are you really going to answer? You didn't give Allah His due estimation. Will I really understand what Jannah is and what Allah promises? Will it really be there, and will it really be worth it all? You didn't give Allah His due estimation. When someone asks Allah to forgive them, this is called subhanahu wa ta'ala. They say, I'm not sure if Allah will forgive me or not. I've done some really bad things, which you know. You're not giving credit where it's due. All of this gives you more hope in Allah and makes you have more hope in Allah. When you give up on your hope in Allah, you're really saying that He's not good enough, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah has no weakness. And so, my dear brothers and sisters, with Laylatul Qadr in particular, if Allah raises the estimation, the Qadr of Allah, the power of Allah in our hearts, the share of Allah in our heart, that is a sign of an accepted Laylatul Qadr.
أشهد أن لا